Hello everyone, it's Shy Guy 768 here for Jacked Up Gaming for Jacked Up Brews, and I'm going to be going over my Jund Legacy deck today. Um, so to start off with, I created this list by just coming up with random things I'd play in Legacy because I don't play Legacy. So if this is a little off, then I'm sorry. But first off, we start with 4 Lightning Bolt. It's just the ability to deal 3 damage to a creature or a player is insane for 1 mana, and being able that versatility for pointing it at a creature or player is worth playing it in every format almost. And then we move on to Abrupt Decay. Abrupt Decay is the kill spell for Legacy, I would say, because it's not really. I don't see it too much in Modern, but in my mind, Abrupt Decay is a lot better in Legacy because it has more things it can hit. The next we have Tarmogoyf, which, like in Modern, is like King of Green, so you have to play it if you can, and why not play it in this deck? Tarmogoyf can also be a pretty big creature in the deck because we are running Planeswalkers, instants, sorceries. Anyway, so we run 4 Tarmogoyf, and they can be pretty big. And then we run 4 Bloodbraid Elf, which is actually banned in Modern, but legal in Legacy. Because it gives us the ability to get stuff out quicker with playing a Bloodbraid and cascading into, say, a Tarmogoyf or something like that. Some permanent that will give us an effect on the board state. And then we run 3 Hymn to Turok, which is a little unusual, just to get rid of cards in their hand and give us a better chance at fighting whatever they have. And then we got 1 Maelstrom Pulse. I'm only running 1 in the main board because it's 3 mana and it's not really getting a whole lot. There's not a lot of the same thing out on the battlefield most of the time. So I would assume that, and I haven't seen in any Legacy decks, that Maelstrom Pulse is not the type of kill spell you really want, but it's there just in case there are multiples of cards on the battlefield, multiple Tarmogoyfs, multiple, Bloodbraid Elves, things like that. Then we have 4 Liliana of the Veil, a staple in all formats it's legal in, pretty much. Just another way to get rid of creatures on the battlefield and hand attack, and just overall one of the best Planeswalkers ever printed. Then I have 2 Grizzlebrand in the deck, strictly to gain life and draw cards. That's all he's there for, and other than to deal damage, which is obvious, but he's there mostly to gain life and draw cards because of his ability. He's like a Sphinx's Revelation in black in that way. Then we have 4 Deathrite Shaman, recently banned in Modern, and completely OP in Legacy, just like it was in Modern. Can help us gain life off of instants and sorceries, can help us with our mana, can make people lose life, and all kinds of stuff. It's kind of like the creature form of a Planeswalker. And then we have 4 Thoughtseize for more hand attack, and 2 Kolaghan's Command for yet more hand attack and being able to return artifacts. Not that that's really useful in here. Destroy artifacts, but not that that's really too useful. But it's a command for 3 mana that's got 3 really good abilities, really relevant abilities, and that's why we run it. But only 2. And then in the sideboard, we have 4 Ancient Grudge for artifact removal. I don't know if Affinity's in Legacy, but it is an option. So we run 4 Ancient Grudge. And then we run 4 Show and Tell, which is a little different. I told you it's Jund Legacy, but I'm also splashing blue in the sideboard for this Show and Tell because I have 1 more Grizzlebrand and 2 Emrakul in the sideboard as well. So we can become a Show and Tell deck. A partial Show and Tell deck after game 1. And that could change our win conditions and stuff so that people don't exactly know what we're doing to win. And that can change the whole way that they sideboard, or it can change the whole way that they think about the game, and then they're not prepared for what we have and they just lose. Then we have 2 Anger of the Gods. Red board wipe. One of the only board wipes that is any good in red. For creatures at least. And then we have another Maelstrom Pulse just in case there are more multiples that will need more than one Maelstrom Pulse. Sorry, that was kind of a mouthful there. And then we have 1 Emrakul upon the Promised End. The other version of Emrakul. And like I said, basically the sideboard is becoming a show and tell deck, and that's our main way to deal with whatever comes up against us, is we switch our deck to a show and tell deck, and hopefully that in turn allows us to win the game. And then the land we're running is 2 Ancient Tomb for being able to provide 2 colorless mana for 2 life is pretty good. And then we run 1 Wooded Foothills, 4 Verdant Catacombs, 4 Bloodstained Mires, all the fetches that we need for this color combination. And then we have 4 Bayou, 2 Badlands, 2 Taigas. That completes the majority of the land base. But then we also run 1 Tropical Island for giving us that crucial blue mana for the sideboard. And then we run 1 Wasteland, because why not? Wasteland's in Legacy and in every deck. And then we run 1 Swamp, 1 Forest, and 1 Island to round out the land base. Alright guys, so that's the end of this episode of Jacked Up Brews. I hope you guys like this deck tech. I went a little quick, but comment down below if you have any questions or if you liked it. And also subscribe to us on YouTube and follow us on Twitter at TheRealJackedUG. But that's all for now, guys. Stay tuned for more videos, and we'll see you guys next time.